Hi. Hi. Welcome to the Unusual Suspects. Episode 161. We are here live in the Studio. Is that what this is called?
Yeah.
The hallway that we broadcast from here at Valuetainment Studios. Joining me, Brandon, Humberto, Vincent Oshana in his very sweet leather jacket, and you. Thank you for joining us today. If you have not done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the Unusual Suspects podcast. We are live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. right here, and the only way for you to be notified that we're going to be live is by subscribing, so make sure you do. Lots of great stuff to get to today. We'll be covering Trump possibly deploying the National Guard to several blue cities across the United States. Hulk Hogan, was he murdered or was his death due to natural causes? There is some controversy there. Also, we'll cover Ghislaine Maxwell's Department of Justice interview transcripts, the nothing burger that was, or is there something in there that people have not paid attention to? Trump criminalizing flag burning here in the United States, and we'll wrap up with Lil Nas X being seen, what was he, naked?
He was in his underwear,
Yeah.
and then he just, I guess, apparently, allegedly fought a cop, got
Twink
some
your ass.
charges, and he's just being a little rascal in the streets.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
And
that guy.
speaking of rascals, we'll also cover Rajah Jackson. That is the son of Quentin Rampage Jackson, and he assaulted a wrestler in a wrestling ring and knocked the dude out. We have video of that as well as an update. Again, if you've not already done so, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Is there a CTA that we have today, Connor? Is there anything we can? Angry Patriot merch.
Yeah.
We've got the Angry Patriot here himself, and if you would like to get Angry Patriot merch, you can do so at vtmerch.com, or there's going to be a little QR code somewhere on the screen. Just do the QR thing and go buy the merch.
There you go.
Let's jump right into it. The first story today, Trump setting his sights on Chicago and other blue cities. Trump has deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to federalize D.C. That is, we've seen a dramatic drop in crime. I believe today is day 13 of no murders in Washington, D.C.
Weird.
Which is apparently a record. Did you know? They're like, hey, we made it almost 2 weeks without killing someone. And everybody's like, yeah, but Trump sucks. And it's like, wait, but you don't have people dying in your city. In fact, there's a ton of video of people in D.C. actually celebrating that Trump has federalized the government or federalized the National Guard and brought them in. This TV is not turned on, guys, just so you know.
Yeah, so we can't see anything.
Imagine it.
Yes, and I was about to queue up a video, but I don't think I can queue up the video.
describe
The video is an orange man that some call Hitler discussing
there
how
he
he's
is.
making the streets safer. Let's roll the clip.
Anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such
Trump
an
was
incredible
right about
job
everything.
working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with...
Does he look too old for you guys?
No.
Everybody's been complaining about his hands. He's got some weird bruising on his hands. Connor, I don't know if you can find the photos of the weird bruising on Trump's hand. Originally, it looked like they tried to cover it up with makeup at one point. And then, right there. See that? Look, that looks like they tried to cover up some bruising with makeup and did a terrible job of it. But then there's a new photo that came out today. That's it right there. Look how dark that spot is.
Maybe
Maybe just
backhanded
punching
someone.
or just punching the wall.
Well, they're saying reports are that he shakes hands too aggressively, and those are injuries that have
Maybe.
resulted from his handshake. Have you shaken the president's hand?
I've shaken his hand before, and it's a very...
Is it shaken or shook? Have you
I have
shook?
shaken
yeah,
it.
you get it shook. By
I
him,
get
you get it.
shook, but
By
I-
him, you
yeah,
get
yeah.
it shook.
Because he does the grabs and then pulls.
Well, you know,
Tug of war.
I broke down his handshakes are different for 3 different classes of people. If you're not a threat if you're younger or like if you're a woman or he'll shake your hand, Rob, and he'll do this. He'll tap you, okay? And then the second one is just he keeps his distance, but he shakes it. If you're bigger than him, like Pat or somebody, he's gonna try to like in stature, like Rogan and stuff, or Pat, he's gonna let you know, like, hey, listen, you're tough, but I'm the alpha. That's all body language, and that's all. You know what he did when he shook my hand?
Yeah.
He went like this, and he went.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like he was like, little guy.
Can we address the hat a little bit? Can you imagine like Washington was right about everything?
That's sick.
Or
Yeah.
Lincoln was right
That's
about
sick.
everything.
But I mean, like, okay, he's obviously not right about everything, but a lot of the stuff that they were coming after him about Russia, about the impeachment, about the border, about terrorists, the major ones, he's right. But Rob, and then going to your
I
your
give
point,
him 90%.
he's up there. But and then Rob, going to the point of the story, and it's like, listen, I'm not for National Guard deployed in the cities. This is a first step of something that could be a way, way bigger issue with surveillance. And I'm not a fan of it at all. But this, again, to me, falls on the Democrats. Do your job. Freaking run your city right. Because, bro, you know what gets me sick? Besides Newsom, besides all the governors and all that stuff, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is hands down the worst mayor in the United States. And that's saying a lot. Karen Bass is up there. She's in the running, but this guy has a 6.6% approval rating. People, I don't care that numbers are down by 40 deaths. It's called Chirac for a reason. Nobody feels safe. There's cities, there's sections in the city of Chicago where the police won't go because they know, I'm dead serious, Brandon, because they know that they'll get shot at in their car. So if they did their job, he wouldn't have to be doing this. And especially in Washington, bro, the guy lives in Washington. If you're the king of the castle, you don't want that shit happening in your city. And like you said, Rob, people want it. There's actually people, and this is why it sucks, the catch-22, no deaths, right? That's what you want in society. But it has to take the National Guard. It has to take Democrats to ruin it so bad that this, because mind you, Rob, he's talking about Washington, Chicago, and where else? L.A.?
Chicago,
Philly,
Atlanta,
yeah,
New York City.
Who are these?
Have all been mentioned.
Rob, are these Democrat-run cities?
Every city's Democrat-run
That's what
city.
I'm saying.
The thing is, though, but like it kind of reminds me of the Middle East. Like, look at Iraq when you overthrow the regime, and we have our military there for a little bit. And it's a little bit more peaceful, but then you pull our military out, and it all falls apart again. So, you could go in there and clean it up temporarily, but are we going to have the National Guard permanently occupied?
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's a bigger problem than just like the temporary street crime. Like, it's going to come back if you pull it out. And
Exactly.
The same leadership.
He said 30 days, but bro, I'm telling you right now, if it's working, he's going to say, guys, we might as well keep going. The people like it. We're going to keep going. I'm telling you right now, bro, this is a slippery slope.
Oh, yeah.
Because this could easily become a freaking police state.
Precedent.
Remember when they deployed the troops in the New York City subway? Are they still there?
Kathy Hochul. No,
They're
she
still
did it
there?
because it was so...
But
dude,
are they still there?
I don't know.
No, but I don't know if they're still there, but what's interesting is there was zero outrage about Kathy Hochul doing the same exact thing that Trump is doing. She deployed the National Guard to the subways because remember the woman was lit on fire by a
Burning alive,
and there was video of the woman standing up and walking as she's on fire out of the subway. So they deployed the National Guard there. Not a problem. But when Trump does it, all of a sudden, he's a dictator. This is ushering in martial law. To your point, it's all over the place when it comes to the actual crime stats in D.C. According to the White House, and there was an interview done with Fox News by Greg Pemberton. He is the chair for the District of Columbia Police Union. This guy, Pemberton, says that the crime stats were manipulated. What would happen is instead of marking or reporting some of these crimes as actual crimes, they were writing them down as incidences. So they wouldn't show up in the crime stats. But just from the crime stats that were reported, Washington, D.C. saw a homicide rate of 27.3 per 100,000 residents. That is the fourth highest homicide rate in the country, nearly 6 times higher than New York City, Atlanta, Chicago, and Compton. If Washington, D.C. was a state, it would have the highest homicide rate of any state in the nation. There were over, how many crimes last year? 29,348 crimes reported in Washington, D.C. But those are just ones that were reported as crimes and not these incidences. 1,600 different violent crimes, nearly 16,000 total crimes reported in D.C. this year to date. So you're seeing It's safer in the streets. There's people that are going, hey, there's DC residents talking about how much safer the state or the DC
city
is. Yes, the city. Like we just showed, Connor, could you show that graph real quick? Or that, yep, there it is. Washington, D.C. goes 12 straight days without a murder
13 by
following
2A.
Trump's. Yeah, because that was yesterday, August 25th. So you see that the National Guard deployment in Washington is working, and now people are calling for it to be sent to Chicago. Trump saying Chicago is a mess, called it a killing field, and said that residents are screaming for federal help. There are videos here. We have 3 videos of Chicago residents asking for the National Guard. Connor, if you could play those.
Children can't walk around the community without fear of being hurt or kidnapped or having a drive-by. So it's what these numbers that they're expressing, we don't feel it in our quality of life.
You know what my favorite theory is, though? I don't know if it's because of this, but I hope it is. I hear a lot of people saying that this is because he's gearing up for something big, like a lot of John Bolton type of situations, and he's putting the National Guard in place in case people rebel against what he's about to do, which I hope so, because that would make me forgive him for a lot of the stuff I'm pissed off about. Because, like, everybody talks about their number one issue with him. My number one issue is definitely, like, tearing down the people that, like, are responsible for the system that we have right now, like the John Boltons and the Jim Comeys and the John Brennans,
Hillary Clinton, and the Barack Obama.
Yeah, take them down.
Yeah. I don't want to be like. I think he is proving the theory that things can be changed and things can be done. When we saw El Salvador, right, it was the most murder-ridden place, godforsaken place on earth, all right? There was like 100 murders a day.
Of course.
Number
horrible.
one.
Yeah.
Someone walks in, they have a tough outlook on crime, and I asked and on the like I asked Connor if he can pull up this video. This guy, Singapore, right? Mm-hmm. It was a swamp. It was an absolute swamp. Crime, drugs, opium, whatever. And now it's a metropolis. And this is the attitude that our leaders should have, all right? This attitude goes super hard. I'm sorry. You're going to love this video. Yeah, look.
Govern Singapore must have that iron in him. Or give it up. This is not a game of cards. This is your life and mine. This was a mud flat. Swamp. Today, this is a modern city. 10 years from now, this will be a metropolis.
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have leadership, all right, that takes it seriously. This is your life, Rob. This is my life. And we're not messing around. You know what I mean? Someone needs to go in there and do this. It's not popular, all right? And it's never gonna be popular. But having all these people off the street and in jail makes the average citizen be able to enjoy the city, to go for walks, to take their kids out. I was talking to my mother's, the lady that does her nails. She's from El Salvador. She said, this is how sad is this. Her parents are now in her 60s. They never had a childhood, and they never had teenage years. For the first time, they can go see a movie. For the first time, they can go grab coffee or ice cream. So if we let this go out of hand, like whatever means possible, we need to go back to safety, especially on the nation's capital. You know what I mean? Like the world, when they talk about the United States, they talk about Washington. Yeah. How are we going to have all those murders? Imagine they were celebrating that we had like 13 days of no murder since when?
Yeah.
Like
are you at all worried that this will set a precedent with everything with the police state, Rob, with deploying the military? Because like I said, that could be a ploy of going, all right, guys, so look, nobody's getting killed, everybody's safe. Why don't we do it in Florida? You know what? Why not?
They did it during the pandemic. You think they didn't do it?
No, I understand, but are you comfortable with them letting them do this? Because I agree with Brandon too. I hope that something big is coming down the pipe where they go, all right, guys, this was just to show you guys two things. The more policing, yeah, we're using the military, works, number one. Number two, I had to do it because Bolton's getting indicted. Hillary is about to get indicted. Obama. That's why she's kissing ass. Obama, I hope to God. Why do you think Hillary, of all people, Hillary Clinton comes out and goes, you know what? I think Donald Trump should get the Nobel Peace Prize. What?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
And you have to understand the time that she said that was literally the week where Trump was going. Bill Clinton flew to Epstein's Island. So Trump is out there saying that your husband, the former president of the United States, was on a convicted sex offender's fuck island. Let's be real, that's what it was, a rape island.
Yep.
And then she comes out and goes, I think he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Meanwhile, she's the same one that called him a threat to democracy, the next Hitler, on and on and on.
Yeah.
And to Chicago's point, this past weekend, 6 dead, 27 hurt in weekend shootings in Chicago. The weekend before, 34 shot, 5 fatally in weekend shootings. So it's every weekend.
Remember? 4th of July.
People should. By the way, they've had 4 mass shootings in 1 month, and the mayor is the worst. He's the worst, bro. Everything goes to Trump, and it's like we're having small little like spurts of people coming up, but bro, the average what are you doing? How much longer are you gonna put up with this? It's been going on for decades. Something needs to stop, bro. From Lori Lightfoot to whoever the hell was before, they don't give a shit about they don't care about the citizens. For people in Chicago, they don't give a shit about you. Die. They don't give a damn. If they cared, they would secure your ass. And then you have your mayor
that's a good clip.
Who's saying that don't come to Chicago. Like, who are you to threaten, bro? Now I want him to go to Chicago.
Yeah, that's Brandon Johnson right there. I believe that's the clip.
He's the worst, Rob. He's the worst. Go ahead.
As the mayor of this city, I can tell you that Chicagoans are not calling for a military occupation. They are calling for the same thing that we've been calling for some time, and that's investment. What safe cities across America all have in common, they invest in people, and that's what we're doing in Chicago. We need the federal resources to make sure that we're building more affordable housing, expanding mental and behavioral health care, education, all of these things that could reduce crime and provide real community safety. Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction.
He's such a BS.
We cannot incarcerate our way
Here's the thing, though,
out of violence.
I love what El Salvador did. I like the principle behind what Trump is doing, but it's a scary notion for the next person after him. Like, if he wants to go pedal to the metal with it and do what El Salvador did, like, yeah, we're definitely in need of that. But what comes after that, what that sets precedent for, like, imagine during COVID if they used the military to enforce what they were trying to do, or like during the vaccine stuff, if they're trying to tell you couldn't go outside without the vaccine. Imagine if they tried to use the military to do that, like, which the next person could.
They were pretty close to it. I mean, in Minneapolis during the George Floyd riot, they had National Guard.
Can I add a little bit more trivia?
Add some context. Go ahead.
This guy, as commissioner, he introduced a Justice for Black Lives resolution calling for redirecting funds from policing, incarceration, and criminalization toward expanding public services. So when he was the commissioner, before he became mayor, he was all for it. And then when he started running his campaign in 2023, he flipped. And he goes like, I'm not for defunding the police. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
go ahead.
No, he's clearly not a serious person. He's clearly being told what to do by people because, like, black people despise Brandon Johnson. I've seen infinite amounts of clips of black women making fun of him, saying that he spent like $60,000 on his hair twisties during his campaign.
He's horrible.
And
that guy's trash.
So you're doing a disservice to your own people. Like he's not representing the black people there. He's representing whatever the weird liberal interests want.
Yeah, and I've been saying this for months now. Tell me one thing that's going right. Go ahead.
In Chicago?
Go ahead. In Chicago, in Philly, and Rob, you know what I'm talking about. In California. Give me something to brag about. If you were gonna run for anything right now, give me your pitch. Vote for you. Why? Go ahead, Chicago. Go ahead. What do you do good?
It happens so fast too. Like places that were safe, places that people lived in, like, nice neighborhoods where you could walk down the street. I heard people from Philly, Chicago, Detroit say, "I used to live here. I used to ride my bike on the street. And now there's shootings on these streets every night." Like, just
I used
10
to
years.
walk in Philadelphia. I used to work on 4th and Market Street, and I had to be at the radio station at 4 a.m. So that means I would park my car in the parking garage around 3:45, and I would walk 2 blocks to the radio station at 3:45 in the morning. I never felt like I was unsafe. This is 2008. Now, 2 years ago, I'm in Washington, D.C., taking the train in I was staying with because I worked for the Miami Dolphins that year, and we were staying at the campus of the University of Maryland, and we took the train in to go see Washington, D.C. I've never been so scared in my life sitting on that train going in. It was only 10 o'clock at night, but there were vagrants on the train, homeless people on the train, clearly people on drugs on the train. Now, look, you look at Philadelphia now, you look at Kensington, and it's like a zombie apocalypse with people walking around. But to your point, it only took 20 years from cities like Philadelphia to go to complete shitholes.
Yeah.
Where now I won't even, when I go see family, we avoid Philly altogether. We'll go get Pat's or Gino's steaks, and then we're out. We don't go do anything else.
So it's like exponential chaos.
I feel like a mook. We went to California a few weeks ago, and I was like, guys, let's go see the Santa Monica Pier. Like, there's restaurants and things. And it's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to be out there because I went to school there, so I used to drive up there. And, like, it was 9 p.m. Everything was closed. All right, and the pier was closed. I'm not alleging any crimes here, but some guys want to walk through it, and then I'm such a German law-abiding citizen that I waited by myself.
And what was happening 10 feet away from you as me and Rob walked on the pier?
We were breaking the law. Literally, I mean, we were trespassing at late at night, and what was happening right by you?
Two ladies from, I'm not gonna say, but they were drunk and they started going at each other. Police was called.
Oh yeah.
And there was a guy rolling around on the ground with his pants off.
Yeah, it was
screaming.
So next time I'm gonna break the law, but it's so sad, especially Los Angeles. I don't care about those other cities, but it was such a
California.
It was a booming place. Like, I remember my roommate, he was doing computer science. 3 a.m, his computer gets fried. All right, and he goes like, "Let's go get another computer. We'll jump in the car." And there in LA, you could buy a top of the line computer at 3 a.m. anywhere, and then go see a leather show. But not anymore. Everything is closed.
It's done.
It needs to be saved. It needs to be saved. That's what made America
I'm
great.
usually a safety last guy, but safety first. You can't be an entrepreneur. You can't do anything. You can't get an education. Nothing. If safety, that's the minimum requirement of a governance. Like, matter of fact, if you go all the way back to times of knights and kings, the way society was organized was by protection. That's why you paid taxes. You had a king that had an army, and you will pay him tribute so you don't get killed by the other tribes.
Well, that's what makes the economy boom. It's the combination of the government staying out of the way enough for you to start a business without regulations and stuff, but also being in the way enough to make you feel protected for you to take the risk of starting a business or putting yourself at risk, that you're not going to have a bunch of thugs come jam up your business or come break all your shit.
Yep. But is it worth it, Brandon?
What?
To Vinny's point?
What?
Like, to have the National Guard deployed? I don't know.
I mean, it is because
I'm for it, but
yeah, you're for it right
I'm
now
scared
because-
of what comes next.
Yeah, but you're for it because it's not in your city.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not in your city, but
because we have a great
and we
state.
trust
We
the
have best
president
state.
to not overstep our boundaries.
And we can be armed. You can barely have any concealed weapons, a gun, or anything in those towns. But I'm just telling you guys, the Democrats are, guys, at the end of the day, Trump or whoever, and it's not Trump, it's the people around Trump, they want a police state. Palantir and all these people, they want to know where you're going, they want to know what you're thinking, and they want the military as, by the way, them having the National Guard around Brandon and patrolling is perfect for them. Because if the people get too freaking crazy, deploy the National Guard, they're in the streets. I'm telling you right now, it's a slippery slope. I don't like it. I'm going to say it out loud. I do not like it. It's not happening here, so nobody really pays attention to it. But I'm telling you, Robbie, people are going to get comfortable with it. But then next, it's going to go from this state to this state. Oh, your numbers are up. Who's to stop them from coming here?
And the reason's going to change, too. Like, right now, it's because of chaos and crime in the streets. But what if in the future, if Newsom gets elected, it's because you won't take a vaccine or because, you're protesting the results of an election?
That's what I'm saying. So, again, not a fan of it, Rob.
Here's J.B. Pritzker. Somebody here on the panel called him Fat Boy.
Fat Boy.
Yes.
I call him Forerunner for the
governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. Here he is responding to Trump possibly sending the National Guard into Chicago.
Any federal official who would come to Chicago and try to incite my people into violence as a pretext for something darker and more dangerous, we are watching, and we are taking names.
Oh, really?
This country has survived darker periods than the one that we're going through right now, and eventually the pendulum will swing back. maybe even next year.
Yeah,
What do you
bullshit.
eat to get that big?
Donald
We
Trump
can
has
cut the
already
clip.
shown
Imagine
Everything. He's never
Imagine-
said no to a
He's
meal.
worth $70 billion. Imagine being worth $70 billion and you can't keep yourself in shape.
Well, especially because you would think that, hey, you know what? I have all that access to money. I get poor people being fat.
Yeah.
I was poor and fat at one time because guess what? When you're poor, what can you afford to eat?
Cheap,
shitty
shitty food.
Cheap
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
So that's why you live off McDonald's, Burger King. So I can understand why poor people are fat.
Right.
I will never understand how rich people get that fat.
Yeah, you could have
At
the
a certain
best
point, it's
trainers.
like, hey, first of all, you're worth how much?
$70 billion.
70.
true?
Yeah,
not
70.
7.
Yeah, I believe 20.
That's a lot of
Maybe
money.
20.
How about this?
Wait a
Guys,
minute,
yeah, wait, 7
Well,
years.
because the whole family together is worth a couple $100 billion.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if he's worth $1 billion, there's no excuse. That's a glutton.
$3.9 billion.
Okay, I was a little bit off.
billion.
Calm down.
I was a little off.
Well, the Pritzker family's worth like 70.
Well, yeah, they go way back from Whitney Webb. We'll talk about.
Okay,
that.
but even if you're only worth 3.9 million, wouldn't you want to clean yourself up and keep yourself in shape so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor? You've worked hard
he's
for that
enjoying the
money.
fruits. He's enjoying the fruits, the nuts, the burgers. But Rob, here's the crazy part though. I'm going, which is hilarious. But he's over here talking about the violence and the. What are you talking about? Your city is one of the most violent, most dangerous places to live in, and he's saying that the National Guard is making it dangerous. No, JB, it's you. You're the governor. The buck stops with the governor, and it trickles down to the mayor. These guys are a joke, bro. It's a joke. And at what point do we say, you know how we have the attitude of, fine, keep voting them in, and go ahead, you guys deserve it. But when kids are getting shot, when 14-year-old kids are getting shot, 7-year-old kids are getting shot in drive-bys, when the city is failing, it's failing, and they're all the numbers of the approval rating for Johnson was what I'd say 6.6%. What are we doing, bro? What? Something has to change. I'm not the military. I don't want the National Guard. The people. And I know Pat talked about it on the podcast about how you're born Democrat and you're born, but guess what? Snap out of it. When you go to vote, don't vote for these people. California almost got Newsom out with the recall with Larry Elder. Didn't work. And look what you guys get.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel bad for the residents, but if you vote, if you go and you check Democrat, that's what you're going to get.
I'm not even sure that they are though. Like all these big cities, these swampy cities, like Chicago, Philly, they're all famous for like severe voting corruption. So I'm not even sure that they are actually voting these people in. I'd be really interested to do like a serious audit or a serious law change. I know Trump just banned mail-in ballots, so it'll be interesting to see how much that changes the outcomes of these elections.
Just to put in perspective, the last time they elected a Republican in Chicago is 1927.
Great.
They only had one Republican mayor
Damn.
in the whole time. One. And his name was William Hale Thompson.
We just have to have Republicans start pretending to be Democrats.
Yeah.
Running as Democrats and then like, gotcha, once they get a
flip.
All right. Well, speaking of flip, we got to move to the next topic because
Nice.
that's over. So we can. Hey, let's jump into Hulk Hogan. But
this is my top
here's what we'll
story,
do. Connor, can we do Hulk Hogan and Raja Jackson all together? I think that would make more sense, especially because they're both like wrestling. So could we we'll breeze through the Hogan and then we'll go to Raja.
Absolutely. It was murder.
What a photo, Connor.
Yes, Hulk Hogan may be murdered. According to Hulk Hogan's wife, Sky Daily, she says that his phrenic nerve, which controls breathing, was compromised during a recent surgery, possibly contributing to the sudden death of the wrestling superstar at the age of 71 on July 24th. The Pinellas County Medical Examiner ruled Hogan's death a heart attack. Clearwater Police said the unique nature of the case requires interviews and medical records before closing their probe. There's TMZ stating the cause of death may be medical malpractice due to that phrenic nerve being clipped. I had never heard of the phrenic nerve before today. Have any of you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Phrenic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearwater Police say the
House.
unique nature of the case requires interviews and medical records before closing their probe. Hogan's daughter, Brooke, who is estranged from Hulk at the time of his death, said she has received calls from medical and law enforcement professionals urging her to push for the release of recordings that could change the narrative of her father's death. I cannot read that. My eyes are way too big.
I can read it.
Go ahead.
This is a fact. I've gotten 100% gotten legit calls from professionals, from police officials to nurses that were supposedly with my dad on the day of his death, telling me I need to see the body cam footage and I need to get a hold of the 9/11 tapes because they supposedly contain
911.
9/11, same shit. could potentially shed enough light to change the narrative. Everyone have been hearing. The same professionals feel so passionately about what they witness. They have continued to contact me and push me to find specific answers to this very day. They are quite literally putting their careers at risk because they feel so compelled to do the right thing. The short of it is, it's all up to my dad's wife. I have zero control. I am not to do anything. My hands are tied, and I have no say in anything regarding my dad, even as his daughter. Those are the rules I've been told.
That sucks.
Who's his dad's wife? That's not the baby. That's not her mom.
No. So if you Hulk Hogan divorced his wife Linda back in the mid 2000s. That's Brooke and Nick's mom. Yeah. He married one woman. They were together for like 10 years. Then they recently got divorced, and I believe he had only been married to this new wife for a few months. And according to reports, the wife, Sky, is a Scientologist, which I don't know if anybody's ever been to.
I was going to bring that up.
I don't know if anybody's ever been to Clearwater. That's where Hogan died. Hogan had a house on Clearwater Beach. It was a beautiful house.
She's Scientology.
But if you've ever looked, there's a map, Connor. I believe the Tampa Bay Times did an overlay, if you want to search for it, of the amount of property that Scientology has purchased in Clearwater. And you have to understand, it's right off Clearwater Beach, which is the destination location for a lot of people when they travel to Florida, to the Tampa Bay area. But yeah, there's an overlay map of that is all purchased by the Church of Scientology in recent years. That's got to be 5 or 10 years old at this point.
Rob, they own 210 parcels, like pieces of land in Clearwater, Florida. They're the biggest landowners, right?
Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints?
Or biggest in Florida.
The Mormons.
Yeah.
The Mormons?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what he said.
Man, this seems
But so what they say is that
and he just turned to Christ, by the way.
he was just baptized a few months ago.
Yeah, the wife was a very good influence, the last wife.
The one that the widow now or the ex-wife?
The widow.
The widow. The widow is a Scientologist.
The ex-wife turned him to Christ.
So the widow, what the reports are, or what people are saying, is that the wife had some type of role, because when you turn over things to Scientology, the Scientology community is very weird. Whenever you talk about them, they try and meet with you to convince you that they're not as weird as they are. They're fucking weird people. We talked about them on the radio, and then they showed up the next day with, like the mail bins, the plastic mail bins full of books for us to read. They wanted us to we needed to educate ourselves on their nonsense about some spaceship that flew into a volcano that then spurred life. Yeah. And that's so, okay, to each their own, fine. But the rumors are that when you get into Scientology, in order for you to go up in the Scientology community, you have to go through these different programs in which basically they blackmail you. They convince you to tell them your secrets. You open up, you share your secrets with them, and then they use those secrets against you for the rest of your life. That's how they got, according to reports, that's how Tom Cruise has gotten so high up in the Scientology community, is that he's been compromised. They're saying that the same thing may have happened to Hulk Hogan, and that this was a move by the Church of Scientology to get a hold of Hulk Hogan's money, because Hulk Hogan, believe it or not, did not die poor. If you guys remember, he lost a lot of his money. His son was involved in a terrible car accident in which he basically killed an Army veteran. He was drag racing, lost control of the car. The car crashed into a tree. The guy that was in the car with him was a military veteran. I don't remember what branch, but he is brain dead. He's still alive. His body is still here, but he's brain dead. Hogan was sued because his family didn't have the right type of insurance, almost lost everything. He then got filmed having sex with a radio host's wife. I actually ended up working for the radio host that filmed Hulk Hogan having sex with his wife. Right. Not only did I work for that guy, I also worked for the guy that allegedly, according to reports in the internet, stole the tape of Hulk Hogan having sex with the other radio DJ's wife and then released it. My knowledge of this is way too white trash and way too Jerry Springer-esque. But Hulk Hogan ends up suing Gawker, got hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you guys know who backed Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker?
Very familiar with backing guys.
Peter Thiel?
Yes, Peter Thiel had a vendetta against Gawker because Gawker outed Peter Thiel prior to Peter Thiel's homosexuality being known. So Peter Thiel backed the lawsuit. They ended up shutting Gawker down. Hogan won like $130 million. So this isn't like the Iron Sheik who died poor and penniless. This isn't like the Ultimate Warrior who died only owning a gym. Hogan had money. And so the rumors are that the Church of Scientology may have had something to do with Hulk Hogan's death in order to get their hands on his money.
Yeah. Oof.
That's crazy.
So,
Like, boy, that.
But
and
is it impossible?
No, I was just gonna say,
all right.
nothing, bro. Nothing is impossible. And I know we're gonna get to the Lil Nas story at the end, but bro, once you realize, and we talked about Ephesians, and then I'll say the quote at the end. Once you realize what you're really up against, but like everybody thinks it's just us. Oh, this guy's a bad guy. No, he wouldn't do it. No, bro. Sometimes, and again, I don't know. Nobody knows, but bro, killing one person to get all this and the money with the girl. Yeah. If I was but like, look how much I'm practicing to try to be a Christian, right, Rob? I'm going to church. I'm doing my thing. You know, we go to church on Sunday. All three of us went. Like, imagine if I wasn't that and my energy was on the evil side. I would 1,000% do everything that they're doing. I'd kill anybody to get. Are you kidding me? That's the energy. That's the evil. The good and the negative, bro. Like if I put my energy towards the other side, you guys have no idea what I'd be capable of.
Yeah,
But I have God in my life.
Is that the easiest way to kill somebody though? Because I mean, I'm all for like jumping to that conclusion because that's the way a lot of things go. But there's so many advanced, really subtle ways to kill people now. I would think that'd be a really high skepticism way to do it. And a lot of these doctors are maniacs too. Like I've gone to doctors before, like, oh, my shoulder sore. Like, yeah, we could cut it open and like cut this and that. I'm like, whoa, relax, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're so quick to do surgeries and really reckless a lot of the time too with these things. So I don't know. I think it's possible that the guy just screwed up because I think wouldn't they have like poisoned it with something that's not traceable or do like use the heart attack gun or use the stroke gun?
But I mean, who out there like? Who if we're gonna go there, I don't think people in Scientology can get a heart attack gun or because well, it takes intricate to poison and get them and get close and all that stuff.
If the wife was in on it though,
but if here's my thing: if she's in on it, the doctor thing is so easy because it's like, hey, malpractice. Do you remember Michael Jackson? Conrad Murray was the one, Rob, that kind of injected him with whatever.
Propofol is what he was using at the time.
Are you ready for this? Let's just say, devil's advocate, they got to that guy in a crazy alleged world. They get to him and they go, hey, Conrad, who, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a 33-level Mason. If I'm not, somebody fact check me on that. I think he is a Mason. How about this? Hey, listen, inject him with this. You're going to do 3 years in prison, but then we'll take care of you for the rest of your life. He did 3.5 years. You kill somebody that's opening their mouth a lot, and that's it. It's over. It's over.
And Michael Jackson was supposedly
Prince as well, too, right? How did Prince die?
Overdose as well.
Overdose.
Raw medicine.
Come on, bro. It's like, come on.
And to your point, like how powerful is, I don't know, the Church of Scientology? Do you know who David Miscavige is?
Oh, yeah.
Miscavige.
Yeah. He only did one interview before?
He's the founder of Scientology or the son of L. Ron Hubbard.
He usurped the founder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was L. Ron Hubbard was the founder. By the way, a science fiction writer who then wrote this story. And people are like, I'll believe in that. So David Miscavige is, I guess he's the leader now currently of Scientology, has been since 1982. But do you know his wife disappeared in 2007? Yep. Nobody has seen this woman in 19 years. Yep. She's been gone 18 years. And nobody asks about her. Nobody's looking into her disappearance. Imagine, she was a very high-ranking member of the Church of Scientology. From 82, when he took over, all the way up until 2007, she was involved. So 25 years in that organization. Then the woman disappears for the past 20, and nobody asks questions about it.
Well, what the whole Scientology thing became was a lot because of him, because he's kind of ruled with an iron fist from what I've gathered. Like, I listened to one of the guys who's like one of the escapees of Scientology, and he said that the L. Ron Hubbard guy was like a much more mild version of a leader, but this guy, he straight up like took the power from L. Ron Hubbard when he was sick and like really centralized everything, and everybody's afraid of him now.
And when you go down to Clearwater and you walk through the streets of Clearwater, because there's an...
You've been there?
Yes, because I used to live in Tampa, and there was a performing arts hall that I performed with Louis Anderson.
Wow.
Gave me an opportunity to open up at a theater. Now, normally when Louis Anderson gave people an opportunity to open for him, he also opened them.
You up.
Yeah. And luckily my mom and my wife came with me at the time. But we're walking down towards the theater, and you see all these people walking through the streets, and they're all wearing the same exact outfit. And it's really weird. I'm like, oh, do they all work at the same place? And my mom's like, no, stupid. We're in Clearwater, and these are all the Scientologists. And they all dress like, what's the Amish? They all dress very Amish-like. But
white shirt, black pants.
Yeah, but it's actually like... I believe it was a blue shirt. They had some type of white covering the ladies did on their hair, and I don't remember the pant color, but they were all dressed the same. And I went, this is a weird scene. So I'm not saying that the Church of Scientology had Hulk Hogan killed. Hulk Hogan's death was very sad. For me, it was hard for me because it's
the
the
end
first
of an era.
Well, and for me, it was the first person I remember. I was going back and I had this conversation with my wife. For me, it's the first person outside of my parents that I remember always being around for my entire adult life. I remember seeing superstars of wrestling on a Saturday morning. I couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 years old. So outside of my parents, who are still with us, the only other person that's ever been in my life for the 38 years I've been on this planet was Hulk Hogan, and now he's gone. And I went, that's a really weird feeling because you start to really understand there's mortality is going to come for us all. We're all going to die, including my parents. It's weird when you see someone like this, an icon, go.
Can I give a quick PSA to all these Scientologists guys? I need to give a shout out to Father Mike. Father Mike
Garcia.
Mike Garcia. He the reading this week, and it was like, strive to enter through the narrow door. For many, I tell you, you will enter, and you will not be able to. Yeah. So if you're doing weird stuff right now, because Jesus is coming for all of you, like
everybody. And guess what? He's coming like a thief in the night. And you know what happens? Thieves don't call, they don't email, they don't let you, like, they don't Facebook post. They just show up. So when he says he's coming like a thief in the night, nobody knows the hour, only the Father.
Well, we can go to somebody who also needs saving. Let's go to the Raja Jackson story, if we could, Connor. Raja Jackson is the son of Quentin Rampage Jackson. He attacked a wrestler, Stewart Psycho Stu Smith, who happens to be an Army veteran. In fact, he said part of the help that he received for his PTSD after serving overseas was joining professional wrestling. It was a good outlet for him, and it helped him deal with his PTSD. Stu Smith is wrestling Raja Jackson, who is not a professional wrestler. He's just an influencer. He's just a streamer. And here's what Raja Jackson does. He's scheduled to do like a spot where he's supposed to come in and slam the professional wrestler, Stewart Psycho Stu Smith. But look what happens. You can clearly see that Stu loses consciousness, and then Raja Jackson just starts beating him.
It's not censored. Do we want to warn everybody?
Yes, hold on. Before we play it.
Pause it.
Yes,
very graphic.
This is graphic, and there's your warning.
That's
Go
a
ahead
warning.
and play.
So, yeah, he's going to punch him in the face.
Oh, no, there it is.
You!
He was scheduled to do this, right?
Yes, to come in and interfere in the match. I believe he's scheduled to pick him up and slam him. Look, okay. Doesn't do it the best.
He knocks him out right here.
Yep, boom.
Oh,
out.
shit.
Now look. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 different punches, and it takes 2 fights. Now, there's no way you can say that is staged by any means, and we all know wrestling is fake. 22 to 23 different headshots on the guy. The guy ended up having... he was hospitalized with broken facial bones, lost teeth, and other injuries. The professional wrestling organization that put this on, Knox X Pro, condemned the assault as selfish, irresponsible. They apologized to fans and stressed that nothing has happened like this in 17 years of their company's history. Do you guys think that this guy should be charged with a crime? It is a weird territory because it's wrestling, right? You're part of a sports entertainment, if you will. By the way, there's a great time to mention that we have a sports channel, and if you've not done so already, subscribe to the... There it is. Oh, look, they covered this as well. Connor, you're the man.
Look at Chris.
Chris Mano
and
Danny Cannell.
I love that guy.
They are the hosts
Great
of
guy.
VT Sports. If you have not done so, go subscribe to VT Sports. Link will be in the description. And Connor, if we could throw that in the chat as well. So they've obviously covered this. But where does this fall to you guys? Does this fall into the realm of assault? Is this sports entertainment? What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, this is horrific. You probably face 10 years in jail for that. Like, what are you, a retarded wild animal with that? I mean, I don't know what their personal beef is, but like, if you have a personal beef with them, you're gonna punch a guy unconscious like 20 times, and then the people that were standing next to him too, like what's that guy that tried to slightly pull him off and then like stopped trying? It was that one guy out of 5 people that were around him that were trying to pull him off.
To your point, the backstory, according to Rampage Jackson, Raja's father, Smith, the victim in this beating, had earlier struck Raja during the show's setup, and that Raja believed he was allowed payback. He also admitted that his son went far beyond what was intended. In fact, there is this statement. Let me see if I can read that. Oh, it's not in here. That's long. I gave you the statement. You don't need to read it. You saw what happened.
It was bad judgment. It went wrong. He's an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler. Blah, 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 blah. He suffered a concussion after sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. By the way, there's a video of Rampage saying, like, earlier, I don't know if it was weeks or months or days, he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to bail him out of jail at one point. Like, he knows about what his son is about.
This is Raja after the fight. Here he is. People filmed him after he left the venue. Let's take a look at this.
Hello?
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up.
They can't wake him up.
He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
My bad.
Shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
All right, I'll call you back later.
Humberto and Vinnie, do you guys think this guy should be brought up in charges? What's the proper punishment here?
I want to break it down. I don't know how many of you guys been in a street fight.
All the time.
All right. First thing in a street fight, the one who gets the jump probably wins.
Yep.
Like the one that lands the first punch and kind of has an idea what he's gonna do, that's the guy that wins. Like you can outweigh a guy or whatever, but if you land the first punch. So you had this guy that was in the context of sports entertainment and allowed this guy to pick him up, drop him, so he wasn't ready to defend himself. So like you have cowardice right off the gate. That's what it is. The guy wasn't expecting to be assaulted. He probably could have defended himself. So that's my first point. The second thing is that this is part of the culture, Rob, all right? Someone need to address this. You have guys like I Show Speed that they show no impulse control. Like, it was kind of funny, and I don't know if we... like.
What culture are you talking about? Are you talking about influencers and streamers, or are you talking about black culture? Because you just labeled two black people.
Well, it's a coincidence, all right?
Okay. I'm just trying to clarify.
No, I'm talking about IRL, big-time streamer culture.
Okay.
It happens to be that both of them, like I Show Speed and Case
Raja Jackson,
and they're both people to them again. But if you see I Show Speed when he did his 7 billion subscriber count, like he does all this very violent things on camera, very explosive movements, and that's what the kids are into right now. Like I think there's a whole culture of young kids between the age of 12 and 17 that it's cool for them to show no control over their actions, all right? And this is part of the culture, and we're gonna start seeing this more and more. People are doing horrible things. It's getting very big in Japan that they destroy the city. What?
But in I Show Speed, he's usually the one like taking the brunt of the physical impact, though, right? Like he gets tackled, he gets punched, he gets like body slammed and all that, right? Like this is unprofessional.
I just saw it because I think I Show Speed did something at WrestleMania where he went in and was, to your point, was tackled or speared.
Yeah.
So normally getting assaulted, not doing the assaulting.
Yeah, like he knows what he's signing up for. He can sense to I'm gonna get tackled or speared by somebody. But like this isn't part of the plan.
Then you see Sneeko. Remember the fight he had in Miami? You see a lot of this IRL guys. They losing control, getting into fights. You have this whole fake alpha male epidemic. I don't know what the name of the Israeli guy that supposedly he's a secret agent and this and that. King something Abdulaziz. He just got in a fight with another streamer. So the culture is getting violent when it comes to IRL streaming, and this doesn't surprise me because this is what sells. You know what I mean? This is what they're selling to the audience.
Difference between a fight though and that.
Jesus Christ! I Show Speed's channel has 43.3 million followers on YouTube.
Yeah, it's insane.
And all he does is just do goofy shit.
Sprint and run and chase. But he's fastest. Dude, that guy is...
He's very fast.
He's freakish. I mean, I Show Speed.
The difference with I Show Speed that he's a professional at the top of his game. He knows he has a lot in the line to lose.
He probably practices.
Yeah, this guy not so much.
But this was my opinion, Rob, especially with the history and him saying that he had a beef with this guy from beforehand. This was premeditated. He knew what he was going to do. I mean, I don't think he knew he was going to knock him out. He was going to probably fight him. But the body slam knocked him unconscious. Okay, after 2 punches, you ever watch UFC and they knock the guy out? And you might get 1 or 2 more punches just to make sure he's out, and then the referee jumps in.
Aggressively.
This was 20. This was at least 20. And, bro, shame on these other wrestlers, whoever the hell you are. You don't see your boy getting his face smashed. You just sit there and I understand the fog of the fight. You're like, wait a minute, is this real? Is it not? The guy was out. He wasn't defending himself. I think personally, Rob, he should have like that's assault, and you're trying to do like there's different levels of assault, right? I was in trouble when I was younger for assault in the third because I was sticking up. I think I told you the story. There was skinheads, no joke, beating. I was at a house party. Skinheads showed up. This is the East Coast, and they tried dumping all their parties, like bottles of bags of like bottles of beer and bottles of alcohol in front of my brother's friend's house. So somebody runs. Now it's pandemonium, right? Because they're beating up the only Jewish kid in this whole freaking party, right? So somebody goes, Vinnie, quick, skinheads are, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm in the house with my girlfriend. Come outside, bro. I run out. It's like literally it's like a movie. Everybody's running, and then a kid with a mask bumps into me, a Polish kid. I don't want to say his name, and he has a gun. I'm like, yo. They're like, no, it's Vinnie. Let him go. I run up to the car. Rob, it's like the movie American History X. I look. There's skinheads with white laces on black boots. Two of them get in the car because they see me. By the way, the one main guy standing by the car, Rob, I hit him so hard. I'll never forget it. He completely goes down. They all start jumping him. Two little skinny skinheads are in the back of the seat. And I'm like, oh, are you guys hiding? I'm punching. No, I'm punching. I still have marks, scars on my hand. I'm wrecking them. Now the whole party, Rob, is putting all the bottles and stuff behind these guys' tires. So they try to flee and they pop all their tires. Okay, all their tires. So long story short, cops show back up. I hit this guy so hard I broke his jaw. They came back, got me out of the house, and they identified me through the light. He's like, yeah, that's the guy. But then the guy didn't show up in court. Long story, what are the odds that I show up to court in my YMCA uniform because I had work that day? I'm standing in front of the judge. The guy that I assaulted, the skinhead, doesn't show up because somebody had a conversation with him from my family. And then guess who the judge is?
A skinhead.
No.
Oh. I show speed.
The judge's name is Judge Scheinblum. He goes, what happened? I go, Your Honor, I didn't know about Jewish or none of that stuff. Yeah. I go, a couple of skinheads showed up to beat a Jewish kid, and he goes, wait. He goes, get out, dismiss, leave. Wait, where was I going with the story? What were we talking about? Punching
people, knocking them unconscious, and then continuing.
Oh yeah, and then keep going. I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but I just wanted you guys to know that part. I don't know how I was going to connect it, but yeah, he's asleep. You can't keep going. Once they're done and they're down, you gotta go. That's some police. Like he needs to be. I would arrest him.
Yeah, you could kill somebody like that.
Well, and that's the photo of the guy in the hospital bed. That's Stuart Psycho Stu Smith, unconscious. I believe they said the guy in the call said that he had flatlined in the ring. So, at what point is it assault? And and to your point earlier, yes, there are several different levels of assault. Oh, so simple assault, aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon, assault on a public servant, or sexual assault.
So mine was assault in the third because I just punched this guy. They were beating up a Jewish kid, so I freaking stood in and hit him, but I got away. But yeah, there's different. Like, bro, that is a bad. Like, how bad is that one assault, Rob? Where is that? Look, there's simple assault and then aggravated. That's aggravated assault.
Felony, often with a weapon or intent to cause serious harm. At that point, I would say that's that.
Intent to cause. And I don't care who your dad is. I don't care who's. The only thing that his lawyer in court would be able to argue is it's a wrestling match, and yeah, he took too far, but. Sometimes
he's clearly knocked out, though.
Oh no, yeah, he's. Holy Rob!
Wow, you getting feisty?
Yeah, I am. All right,
so that's assault.
Yeah, I agree. I think the attempted murder seems like the right charge for something like that. 22 different shots to the head. Speaking of murder, we can go to the next story, and that is Ghislaine Maxwell or Ghislaine. I've been saying her name wrong for so long that it's just in my head.
Jizz just fits.
Jizz. But it's actually Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
I watched her documentary. You're right, Rob?
Yeah, he just had jizz just fits, and I don't. It's okay. Yeah, Ghislaine claims that Epstein didn't kill himself, but says this is all part of the Department of Justice release. 300 pages of transcripts and audio. Did you guys listen to any of it? The audio was horrible to listen to. I don't understand how, at this day and age, it's not like they recorded this in 1997 and they're recording it now. They recorded this a month ago, and it is literally the worst recording I've ever heard.
The quality is terrible.
They need to hire Jake. Jake, you need to go work for the Department of Justice. We'd hate for you to leave here. but the audio always sounds great on the podcast.
Yeah.
How do we have a guy sitting in a warehouse on an airplane hangar in the middle of Fort Lauderdale? We have better sound engineers than the Department of Justice.
Yeah, where are the $1 trillion going to?
Yeah, but why do you think it was
Because
so
they don't want you to listen
They
to
don't
it.
want you to listen.
Just like the jail footage.
Guys, Rob, may I?
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and this is just how I feel, because everybody, because mind you, I've been a Trump supporter since 2015. I've been ride or die, bro.
Escalator guy.
Escalator. I've been that guy, bro. And I love the stuff that he's doing. I love that he's fought for the country. I love that he took a bullet to stay into the fight and to do everything that he's doing. But when it comes to this is going to go down as probably the biggest scandal. And the way that they treated it is absolutely embarrassing. And Brandon, we could get into, just yesterday, they're allowing 600,000. Is it 600,000 Chinese to come here?
Yes.
With visa?
Trump announced it yesterday.
Trump, listen, say what you want. I'm not one of these blind, ignorant-ass loyalists. When somebody's messing up, I'm going to call it out. That we could go down that route. But this situation, Elon said what he said about Trump being on this list, okay? And then from that day, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, it's as if everybody was told, hey, listen, remember this that you were doing? Shut the hell up, because there's some important people on there. Because the way that they handled it, so you mean to tell me this chick who's in prison for 20 years for, sex trafficking and being from if you watch the Filthy Rich documentary, she was just as bad. The victims, 14-year-old kids saying she was just as bad, if not worse, because she was the one wrangling and grooming and teaching the other girls how to go groom to bring to them, okay? So my thing is this. You go and you promise her a more lenient prison sentence, or a nicer jail. The guy that went to go interview her who was that? What was his name?
Todd Blanche.
Todd Blanche. Huh. You asked yourself, who's Todd Blanche? He's a district attorney?
The deputy attorney general. Yep.
He used to be Trump's lawyer. So now you have her go in there. You have him go in there. You have him interview this girl. And then you just listen, before the interview happens, all you have to say is, hey, listen, just do us a favor. Say the president had no involvement. You never heard anything. Okay, what do I get? We'll give you a better prison. You don't have to be fearing for your life around all these maniacs. Done deal. This is the most embarrassing, and there's so much other stuff happening. Israel, Gaza, National Guard. Is it all a distraction? Is it all a distraction because everything started happening fast-paced, and now nobody's talking about Epstein except us. And I promised everybody, I'm never going to let them let this down. Never until the day that I die. I don't care, Henry Anton with his, the numbers, and I don't give a shit. Because there's still that 14, I was crying in my apartment yesterday because I wanted to watch it, Rob, because we're going to talk about it. A 14-year-old girl now she's an adult, covered her face, crying, going, I didn't know what, I was 14. And they lure you with the money, and then she's in there. She's like, look at me. I'm doing it. Go in there and have sex with this guy. That girl's life is ruined. Like, she's going to live in a nightmare for the rest of her life, bro. They have emotional scars, and this is one girl. And I don't give a damn if this one girl is affected. I'm never going to stop talking about it because there's no justice for that girl.
And by the way, we look at it a lot differently if an adult man sexually abuses a boy child, but we don't look at the same if a girl adult abuses a girl child, because like she was participating in the stuff with Epstein, like they were doing threesome stuff with kids.
Of course they were.
People overlook that, but it's even deeper than what you said, in my opinion. I think that Ghislaine was releasing the stuff before she got met with, like the stuff where the letter came out, the videos we never saw before came out. I think that came from her.
Michael Wolff stated that he believed that the Trump Epstein birthday card from Epstein's 50th birthday was released by Ghislaine's family as a warning shot to the Trump administration.
Exactly.
Here's my
question. I think he got that from me.
But then in that interview, she also says that she never, Trump was a gentleman in all respects, said Clinton absolutely never went to Epstein's island. Sure. She denied the existence of an Epstein client list or a blackmail black book. She did say that the photograph of Prince Andrew with Virginia Giuffre was not doctored and was real. She claimed that that Jeffrey Epstein had been set up on a date with Princess Diana. But there was and she also claimed that she didn't believe that Epstein killed himself, but didn't say that she believed he was murdered to protect powerful friends. Instead, she suggested that any foul play may have been internal due to the prison system. So somebody from inside the jail killed him.
Can I jump in about Wolf? Like I was, we already, like I don't believe anything he has to say about Trump. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Like I saw him, I watched.
What about
him closely.
Ghislaine?
Ghislaine, maybe.
You believe Ghislaine more than Michael Wolff?
So you believe a sex trafficker?
Well, she's
over
closer.
a liberal,
convicted sex trafficker.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Over a liberal.
Can you believe he said he being on the Epstein state like hundreds of time, not a single picture. Like I looked all over the internet. There's like they had all the heads of state pictures outside, blah blah blah, this and that, and I haven't seen a single picture of him and Epstein. I haven't seen a single picture
Wolf
of
and
him.
Epstein?
Yeah. Of him walking into the house, walking out of the house. You can't do hundreds and hundreds of hours without any clue that you were there. I think he has Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, he does for sure.
He does. Like, because everything was brought back to Trump, and I won't let people like
He's not the only one, though.
bad mouth the president like that.
He has a good point because I'm not a big truster of Michael Wolff as well, but
what about Webb?
The action,
And this is my opinion.
I trust.
And she said that before anybody.
Yeah, she
like
did
her
a long
book came
time
out
ago.
what 7 years ago?
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. If this was a movie, take a step back. If everything that's happening with Epstein and Trump and all these people was a movie, and Trump is the main character in it, you would say, okay, yeah, that guy's probably definitely involved. Like he has to be in there somewhere. But the difference between like her in that statement saying, oh yeah, Prince Andrew, and yeah, because these people have already been in trouble. She's sticking up for the people that are named but don't want to be like Trump, Bill. Dude, they all knew the guy. There's videos of Trump hanging out and being cordial, and it's not like we're not pretending like he didn't know him. But to what extent did that operation, the intelligence operation, have a video of Trump or footage or something with Trump doing something? That's the real question of what's happening right now, because it's all a distraction to get us away from it, and they're being successful, but not for people like us, because I'm not going to stop.
It was announced late yesterday afternoon. The House Oversight Committee has announced that former Labor Secretary Alexander Acosta will appear voluntarily before the House Oversight Committee's panel next month as part of its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. If you guys remember, Alexander Acosta is the person who gave Jeffrey Epstein the sweetheart deal in 2006 and said that he was told to back off of the investigation into Epstein because Epstein belonged to intelligence.
You know what the problem is, though?
Is he a Republican?
Well, he was under, because he was under
Bush,
and then he was going to be the labor secretary under Trump. But then this investigation is what derailed that.
So, is there any way possible that now that he's finally, all these years later, he's finally going to come up in front of a camera, that somebody talked to him beforehand and said, "Hey, listen, don't F up."
But here's
Don't say nothing stupid.
The problem is, though, those things aren't recorded. Like Bill Barr, who's the crown jewel of CIA secrets, just had to testify, and he just said all the party line stuff. So I don't think these people are really compelled to be honest under oath.
Of course they're not.
Why would they? Like, you think Bill Barr is going to be on, like, say
Absolutely
the honest
not.
CIA secrets on just because he's under oath? I don't think that means that much to those people.
Absolutely not. You're right.
We have some clips of the terrible audio from the tape. First up, Maxwell says that Epstein didn't kill himself. Let's play that. Have you guys ever heard Ghislaine Maxwell talk before?
Yeah,
on the documentary.
During her Save the Ocean campaign.
Yes,
I've never heard her speak until I listened to
She
these
became an
tapes.
advocate of saving the ocean after she died.
Let's play this one first. This is, by the way, if you'd like to find a clear version of this, of the audio transcript, and you want to go and listen to it yourself, a buddy of mine, Freedom on Fire on X, went and actually ran the entire audio tape, all 4 hours through like a noise processor to remove all of the weird noise, so it sounds a lot
good
cleaner.
for him.
Yeah,
He's
got a lot of time on his hands. Here's just Ghislaine talking about Epstein killing himself.
There's an OIG report. There's an SDNY investigation about that. You think he did not die by suicide, given all the things we just talked about?
I do not believe he died by suicide, no.
And do you believe that, do you have any speculation or view of who killed him?
No, I don't.
And I ask that because...
He's dead. That's why I asked that. Here's another clip. Robert Maxwell's intelligence connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine was asked about that.
With respect to your father, there have been multiple questions about whether he worked for any intelligence agency. Do you have any knowledge about that?
I think, well, certainly my father had a background in intelligence because he was, I believe he did in the Second World War. He was a British intelligence officer. I think that my sort of belief is that once you've been an intelligence officer, you're kind of always, it doesn't mean that you're formally employed. So I don't think my dad in any formal sense was employed by any agency, but when you
she almost said employed by the Mossad. You're not employed by any agency.
Dude, she's an operative.
Politician, as my father was. You meet with people over time, and you, I guess, trade business or ideas. I think if that would fall under that definition, that's how I would think of it. Now, he certainly, I have no formal knowledge of anything specifically that he did in that thing, but if you're asking me if I thought that he did help people, the answer would be yes, I do.
Did your father and Mr. Epstein have a business relationship over the years? I know we're maybe jumping around a little bit tonight.
They never met. So,
as far as you know, they never even met.
No,
Or you know they never met.
I know they never met.
That's very rich.
Yeah, because the reports are that Epstein was recruited by Maxwell, not Ghislaine, but Robert Maxwell, and then paired with Ghislaine to help then run this, if you believe some narratives, a Mossad spy operation on U.S. politicians. What was interesting was when Pat spoke with Michael Wolff claims that after Epstein's 2006 arrest and then his 2008 sweetheart deal, Ghislaine cut off all contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and it bothered Epstein. But what's super interesting is, Connor, can you pull up the photo of Ghislaine at Hillary Clinton's wedding? So just this past week, it turns out that after everybody knew about Jeffrey Epstein's activities, they had a gala event for the Clinton Global Initiative in which they celebrated Ghislaine. But that's not the only time that Ghislaine was celebrated or involved in a celebration of the Clintons. Here she is at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. This is, I believe it was June or July of 2010. This is 4 years after her co-conspirator in the sex trafficking ring was arrested and brought to justice, and yet she's being invited into the Clintons' weddings. So, it's very odd that she continues to have these relationships with these elites, yet everybody knew that she was involved in Jeffrey Epstein's activities at the time, but she still gets invited to the wedding. She's still celebrated by the Clinton Global Initiative. Here it is. Maxwell got a standing ovation at a Clinton event as abuse allegations swirled. Even in the tapes, she talks about how she was key and instrumental in helping found the Clinton Global Initiative.
Yep.
And I believe there are reports, don't quote me on this, but I believe there are reports from either Bill or Hillary Clinton, maybe it was Epstein himself, also talking about how instrumental Epstein was in the founding of the Clinton Global Initiative. Here is Ghislaine being asked about Trump being inappropriate at any point over the course of her relationship with him or his relationship with Epstein.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with masseuses or with anybody in your world?
Absolutely never. In any context.
Absolutely never.
Absolutely never in any context.
She could have just said no.
That was rehearsed.
Absolutely never sounds so freaking rehearsed. And can I make one observation? These powerful pedophile elites, Epstein, intelligence, Mossad, whatever, look at how good they are at what they do, bro. You could connect all these dots, and it's blatantly obvious. And we have a really good idea of what was going on, who they were targeting, what was done, and the fact that she's the only one that's locked up, okay? Now they're gonna hook her ass up. And Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't kill himself, that might not even be his fucking body. If we're gonna be honest, you cannot show me one photo, because there isn't one, of Jeffrey Epstein's face dead, face forward, looking down. It's this angle, and it's an angle from the side where a reporter had to get, and it was a hook nose, which is definitely not his nose. If we're going to really go there, you have to give these evil sons of you-know-whats credit, Rob, because it's like with JFK. They murdered him. They murdered him in front of everybody. Zapruder had the camera, and it's 60-some years later, Is it 70 years? Well, how long?
63. So yeah, so 70 years later.
They still have us going, well, who was it? What was it? Israel? Like, you got to give evil credit, bro. Tip your hat, do whatever you have to do. The fact that we all know, like, pretty much what the hell's going on, but nobody's going to get in trouble for it. Look how good they are.
Yeah.
Evil wins.
And it wasn't just
here. Evil wins here.
And it wasn't just Ghislaine that was involved in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking. There were 5 or 6 other female pimps that were also involved in this that nobody has spoken with, that nobody has interviewed or investigated. It's very weird, to your point, about the photo of him dead. You have to think, in 2010, who was the most wanted man in the world?
Osama bin Laden.
And they killed him. They took photos of him, and they never released the photos. Why is that?
And they dumped his body on the ocean.
In the ocean.
That doesn't make any sense.
So now you fast forward to 2019. Who was the most talked about inmate in the world at that time?
Jeffrey Epstein.
He dies, and we don't get a clear photo of his face either. If you guys have nothing to hide, release the photographs head on, just like you said, straightforward.
Show me his face.
Show me Osama bin Laden's head. Show me Jeffrey Epstein's face. Let me see for myself that these people are actually dead. But otherwise, you continue to give us a little bit. You give us a side profile, just enough for us to go, hey, that's weird. And then when we start questioning that's weird that you'd only give us that.
You're a theorist.
Yeah, you're crazy.
You're crazy.
You're crazy for questioning. But it's like gaslighting. It's reverse gaslighting.
Wow.
You ever hear who they think was the actual body?
Of Osama bin Laden or
Epstein.
Clinton something?
Yeah, Clinton's brother. Because he looks just like her.
Oh,
He died.
come on.
He died like,
no.
I saw that.
He died like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, while you guys are looking it up, by the way, notice how you said
Roger Clinton?
Hillary Clinton's brother.
Oh, okay. Hillary. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Rob, going on what you said. Show me the photo. Show me Osama bin Laden. And show me one video or one
Look at his
photo,
face.
And
one photo of the airplane that hit the Pentagon. Show it to me.
Yes.
Show me the airplane that hit the Pentagon, because nobody out there can prove to me that it hit.
Vinny,
Yeah.
to your credit, we had Epstein's brother here, and this first hand account from her, both of them agree that they didn't really know each other. That's what they said, and they both agree that that's not him, the one on the pictures.
He's not.
So the two closest people to him, they both don't believe that it's him.
So let me ask you guys
All
a
right.
question. Let's play devil's advocate. He's a multi-billionaire, and you know what he said? You have to get arrested. You have to get arrested. We have to get an arrest, or else we're all screwed. And then the cameras aren't gonna work for 3 minutes. We'll edit it. Just don't worry about it. We're gonna be in charge. No matter Trump or anybody, whoever's in charge, we got you, because they're all implicated. In that 2 minutes, we're gonna come in there. We're gonna put a dead body in there. Okay. We're going to get your ass out, go have facial surgery, whatever the hell, and then whether the coroners, whoever shows up, no photos, boom, incinerate the body, done deal. Wow.
Yep.
Now,
Too easy.
Now, I don't believe this, but this is what has been
What
said.
don't you believe?
That
Anything's
there's
possible.
movements on his bank account, and
That's verified.
And
he
It's still
changed
active.
the trust. He changed the structure of his trust like 2 days before he committed suicide.
Humberto, and again, can I just read this? I'm going to read this. And for all the people out there that don't believe in God, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Once you accept that, take that and swallow that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because people just go, there's no way your government would. There's no way a president would. Yes, it is. Because they're all flawed human beings, bro. Evil is so freaking powerful and so good at what they do. So don't underestimate the other side, guys. I tell people this all the time, Rob. Stop underestimating the other side. What are you looking at?
Connor, can you please pull up Tony Rodham? That is Hillary Clinton's brother. And then also pull up the photo of Jeffrey Epstein dead, please.
Yeah, the side
So
body.
Jeffrey Epstein died on whether it was murder or suicide, August 10th of 2019.
That guy right there. Yeah, click on that. Click on that right there.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's a good one. The third
Look
one.
at that. The guy on the right.
Look
the
at
guy
that.
on the right is the
Okay.
guy that died.
So Jeffrey Epstein died on August 10th of 2019. Tony Rodham, Hillary Clinton's brother, died on June 7th of 2019.
How far
So
apart
6
is that?
weeks.
Yeah, 6
Well, you
Six
put the body
weeks.
on ice. Put the body on ice.
But look at, can you
What?
pull up the dead photo of Epstein? Do we
The
have one?
sideways
Like
one.
the yeah, where you, there it is.
Yeah, the completely different nose. Go down. Look at that nose. What, do you get a nose job in prison to add a hook?
All right, but out of like, I'm not above this. I think it's a possibility. But out of all the bodies that you can put in there on the planet, Hillary Clinton's brother.
Well, they had a body on hand.
It's just there. Why
also,
not
if you're
use
the one
it?
that has the murder done, you go, oh, by the way, we have the body that we can swap out to worry about it.
Or you're implicated in it. He's the biggest. Clinton is the biggest name on there. We need your freaking wife's brother. Get his ass over here.
And like these like tens of thousands of bodies they could put in there.
But by the way, I don't put it past him.
No, it's not past him.
Let's be honest with each other.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know what's a lot? You know what's a lot? Building number 7 fell because it caught on fire. Like, Humberto, if that, and you want, everybody believes it, not us. If you believe that, are you ready for this? On 9/11, when the Pentagon was hit by that airplane, FBI, Secret Service went to every surrounding gas station, every building, and confiscated all the footage, and they gave us one video.
Shitty
of
video.
Just, boom. Show me how many cameras did the Pentagon
There was
have?
80 other cameras that were confiscated.
Nothing is impossible. Bro, nothing. Oh, and by the way, Donald Rumsfeld, 2 days before the attack, goes, hey, we're missing $2 trillion. And guess which portion of the Pentagon
How
was
about the
hit?
dinner? How about the dinner right before?
Oh, the dinner with
Oh, how about Bush Senior? His dad is meeting with Osama bin Laden's brother.
That 2 days before?
Like no, at the same day. Like he's at a Carlisle event with his brother, with the terrorist's brother.
God, come on, whatever.
Do you know who the first victim of 9/11 was? We can really go down a separate rabbit hole.
Yeah,
We're going to
who?
do this quickly.
Was it an explosion in the basement?
No.
Because when a plane hits on the 90th floor, the bombs that go off in the basement are really...
The very first, and you can fact check this, I did because I saw it on the conspiracy Reddit forum, and I was like, oh, I got to dig in. In the year 2000, Israeli ex-commando Daniel Lewin, allegedly the first victim of 9/11, had a bizarre super high-res portrait taken before panels resembling the Twin Towers, wearing a Swatch watch model named Hijacker, the hour, minute, second hands, and date all on 11. On 9/11, Lewin sat in row 9 of Flight 11, and he was the first person that was killed by the hijackers. His throat was slit. But it's an ex-Israeli commando that is the first victim of the 9/11 attacks, and all of it just seems very suspect. I don't know who did 9/11. I can tell you this: I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. I do believe that there is I don't believe that there's a physical list. I don't believe he was dumb enough to actually have a printout, and it's like, oh, here's Bill Clinton having sex with young girls. But obviously, everybody spends all the time talking about the New York condo, the townhouse that he bought from Les Wexner. Everybody talks about the island, but we've talked about this. The Zorro Ranch is so weird, and the fact that nobody discusses or investigates what's going on at the ranch.
Yeah, that's a ranch here.
This one kid made a great video about it. I think his name is what the hell is his name? Coop or something. His YouTube channel's name is Coop. He made a great 30-minute video about it. Said a bunch of stuff I've never heard before. Like these people tried to go to it a couple of years ago after Epstein had supposedly died. They fly a drone over it, and this car comes out and drives right over to them really aggressively, and goes to pull a gun on them, but he sees his family's with them, and he just tells them to get out of there. So right away, trigger response. Nobody's living there supposedly, but why is there security there? Why is it aggressively telling you not to fly a drone over it?
And from all of the reports that there's all these reports about what Jeffrey Epstein was trying to do scientifically with making little pervert Epstein clones that would live on forever so his legacy would continue. The reports or rumors were that that's where everything was taking place. The scientific experiments were happening at the ranch. That was always the reason why Stephen Hawking was supposedly with Epstein, because he's in the Epstein. If there is no list, but there is a list, he is on it. Yeah. And they say that part of the reason why he was on it was because he was helping with the scientific research into cloning that Epstein was interested in.
Supposedly there's a big underground facility under there, because there was the drone caught pictures of vents that were coming out of the ground that would indicate a big underground structure. Weird. And also the only pictures ever taken in there were from this contractor who took pictures without Epstein knowing, because he signed NDAs, so he took pictures illegally. But there's
Is it gone?
What, the pictures?
No, the ranch.
No, it's still there. They sold it. You know what is gone? The Palm Beach
security.
The Palm Beach mansion has been knocked down. Yeah. So the one where he was doing some crimes and he eventually got busted was in Palm Beach for the 2006 arrest with the underage girls. That mansion was purchased by someone else and then knocked down, and a new home was built. So,
Man, piecing the ranch story together, because I got some scraps here and there, piecing it together. That will make a great video.
should buy the ranch.
Yeah.
All right, we have to wrap up. We have one more story. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you want to cover? Do you want to cover Trump banning the burning of the American flag, or Lil Nas X walking around in his underpants high on drugs?
Talk about demons, because I absolutely agree with Trump. You shouldn't burn the
Trump
flag.
is over.
End of case. Don't burn the flag. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay, and just to the flag burning thing, Connor, can you weigh in quickly and let the audience know the actual backstory of the burning of the flag? In and of itself, it's not a crime. It's a crime if you're burning the flag to to create another crime. Correct, Connor?
Yeah, so all the guys have a hard copy of the order in front of them. Rob, if you want to hold that up to the camera so everyone can see and they have something to look at while I'm talking as the voice from heaven here. So basically the highlighted portions point out that all it's doing is enforcing existing law, which says, you know, if you burn the flag as part of a riot or to incite violence, then you're not covered under free speech protections just by saying you burn the flag and it's constitutionally protected. So I mean, anyone who's trying to, you know, spread fear or whatever about, like, oh, if I burn a flag in my backyard, I'm going to prison. No, that's not what it says. That's not what is being accomplished here, even though the debate could continue over whether that should be a thing or not.
Well,
but
and guess what? In most jurisdictions, it is illegal to burn anything in the street. While specific ordinances will vary by location, laws against open burning on public, private, or public property are common for safety, air quality, and environmental protection. You can't just take off your jacket and burn it in the middle of this fucking street.
Can I say something? Like, I mean, and Brandon, you know,
stop playing with fire.
My favorite color when I pick anything is flag. Like, if it's available in flag, I will buy it.
I love
shorts.
Yeah, you
flag,
shorts.
Everything that can be American flag, my keychain, everything. I get American flag. If you're here, especially, and it's on the document. If you're especially here as a guest, get the out. All right. Just don't do it.
And I get it. Free speech to me is your words. Burning something, okay, it's an expression. It's a form of free speech. But it's like, bro, like, okay, you're burning the flag. You're so cool. You're such a rebel. It's like, shut the hell up, bro. These people have no fucking life. And guess what? If you don't like it, get on an airplane. Go somewhere. Nobody gives a shit.
Talking about flags, you should go harder on government buildings not having other flags like the LGBT flag.
Oh yeah, what about that? And
burn
other
those flags.
Yeah.
No, don't burn them, Brandon. We're not savages. Just take them down and put them respectfully somewhere.
Oh,
well, speaking of gays, let's jump in. He is gay, right?
Great transition. I mean,
extremely gay, very gay, number one gay.
Lil Nas X, his real name Montero Lamar Hill. That's a way cooler name. Montero?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to name
You should
that.
change yourself.
I'm going Montero Gargiulo. It has a nice ring to it. I also am extremely gay. Lil Nas X pled guilty to 4 felonies, 3 counts of battery on a police officer, and 1 count of resisting arrest after an incident. I like that they call it that. An incident in Los Angeles last week. Police found the rapper. Here, we can play this video while I give this speech. Police say the rapper was found wandering naked on Ventura Boulevard wearing only cowboy boots. Let's play this and not get aroused. Good body on him, I'll be honest. Not like I'm aroused by it.
Go ahead, babe.
Definitely works out.
No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down?
In the morning.
Definitely does biceps.
I'm to pay for that.
You're gonna pay for
And, you know, no lube stains or poop stains on the tight whitey. So props.
For the morning after drinking, that'd be a different story.
I know. I can't even pee without drinking and not dribble.
Bro, I live.
Better be at that party tonight.
5 minutes from. Dude, look at.
That's disgusting.
Bro, like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, what the hell is he doing?
Every side. Yes.
That's what goes on in geese.
Oh, by the way, Bob, you know what they said? They said that
he oddly shaves all the hair off his body except for his armpits. That's a weird. If you're gonna shave it all, why don't you shave all the hair? You really spend a lot of time just watching him.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you're really drinking it in.
I don't know what you guys do on Saturday night, but that's I like to just go in the middle of the street.
In cowboy boots and tighty whities.
It's gonna be a beautiful sunrise.
Oh my God. Dude, look at.
Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. No. I don't like phones.
How far did he
Don't miss the
walk?
party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem? Break it down, break it down, break it down.
Can you imagine?
Okay.
You're just like an Uber driver and you're going to pick up a fare and you see a rapper that you know, well known, semi-naked in tighty whities, white cowboy boots, dancing around and singing in the middle of the street.
And
at
by
4
the way,
a.m.
you know what they claimed? That he OD'd. Like, that was the TMZ. He OD'd. I'm like, on what? Just gayness? And, bro, and yeah, good luck showing up and like, he's ODing. Narcan isn't going to help that at all. All right? But you know what? And listen, I've done a lot of partying and drinking in my day. Never have I been compelled to strip. I mean, I have done naked stuff, but underwear, boots, walking around at 4 o'clock in the morning. But you know what it is? I think it's something different. I think that is something deeper. I think it's spiritual. Like,
he's possessed by a demon.
I think Brandon, I'm not even being funny, bro.
No.
I didn't see any drugs. He didn't look like he was high. I think something is, especially when it gets to this level, you sell your soul. And guess what? The price isn't cheap. And I know we talked about this earlier, Rob, with Ephesians. I'm not going to repeat it again. This is what you're dealing with, Brandon.
Humiliation ritual?
Humiliation, or just, he's a lot. Like, look at Britney Spears. Look what happens to these people that give up something to get to that fame. Because, bro, if you think about it, this guy was the, roll town roll, I want to do.
Yeah.
And remember, he was a cool, young.
You were singing that.
Remember the whole time, whatever the hell. And then, Brandon, that's how they get you. They make all the kids love you. He's a cowboy. And then what happens? He, remember when he teamed up with MSCHF to make the Satan shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
With blood.
And by the way, they were altered Nike Air Max 97s. They had a bronze pentagram, inverted cross, red accents, and even a drop of human blood in the sole. Okay, only 666, Rob, 666 pairs were made, priced at $1,018 as a nod to the Bible verse about Satan's fall. Nike had nothing to do with it. They sued and they were forced to stop. At the same time, he released the Montero video where he pole danced into hell, gave the devil a lap dance, and snapped his neck and took his throne. Look, I want, and I hope the audience can see this. This is what, bro, when you mock Jesus Christ, when you play this devil bullshit and you cross into the darkness, this is what happens, and your ass winds up naked because your soul is lost. I pray for him, bro. I genuinely feel bad, but this is the price that you get when they give you the #1 selling and you want that platform. But Brandon, I believe this firmly, just like with Taylor Swift. You think they give Taylor Swift the nod, the top of the mountain without having something on her?
Nope.
She's done some witch shit. Like Michael Jackson, who got way, way too powerful at the end of his life, and you guys could all look it up on your own. He started making these videos, and they were on YouTube blurry, saying, Sony is this, Sony is that, Jimmy Iovine is the devil. He started saying all that shit, and what happens?
Dead.
He dies, okay? So just know the forces that these people are messing with. I don't think he's, I think his soul has been sold, and I'm telling you right now, there's something evil and dark that's taken over this kid. Bro, and then you guys, the aftermath was a cop came up and he assaulted the cop, and then they beat the shit out of him. There's a video of his face all messed up in the hospital. I feel genuinely bad, bro, but that's what you get when you go to the dark side.
Well, he was his soon, I don't know if it released or soon to be released, was specifically mocking Jesus.
Yep.
All right.
What's the saying? If you don't mock me, I know, Connor. What's the saying? Well, with Jesus,
do not be deceived. God will not be mocked.
He will not be mocked. That's what the hell happens to your ass when you want to mock God and Jesus Christ, bro.
I don't know. I think he's getting what he had coming to him.
Well, 100%. I mean, it happened kind of like this came out of nowhere, and the story didn't really make it. But bro, 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been on that road before. It's kind of, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's cars. He's just
fully clothed, by the way.
Where is he? And who dropped him off? And where'd he come from, bro? Like, I know what it looks like to be on cocaine, and no, he was just. He looked like he was possessed. You're right. Like, what's going on with you? And then you go and beat the shit, try to fight a cop. Bro, that guy, he needs Jesus. I'm telling you right now, his family, wherever they are, you need to get a hold of his ass, bring him in church, and really have a freaking exorcism or something. I'm dead serious. He's not the same person, bro. He's not that cute kid that was in a cowboy outfit. Well, Taro, you're a freaking Satan. Like, what are you?
He's getting
By the way,
bent
who's
over.
on set? Whoever was on set, how comfortable do you feel as a director or an extra? And like, listen, I needed money when I was in LA, but if they're like, hey, listen, you got to dress up as a devil, get lap dance, and then we're going to mock Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, I'm good.
To your point about the drugs, he was taken to the hospital for what officers suspected might have been an overdose before being transferred to jail. However, his attorney, Christine O'Connor, said that there is no evidence of drug use and described the episode as an absolute aberration in his life. I don't know.
Aberration or possession. That's what I think it is, bro. That does not look... I'm happy that she said that. No drugs involved. There's no drugs. What makes you do that, bro? Something snaps.
Demon energy.
Something goes, bro. Something goes. It's not good. Not good at all. I don't even like looking at that shit. But what do you think, Brandon?
No,
there he is.
selfie.
Is that his attorney? Yeah. What's up, Chris?
That looks like an AI picture.
Yeah, but he did get his ass. Bro, while Brandon's talking, can you find the photo of him in the hospital talking?
No, I mean, like it seems like a lot of filthy stuff like this with show business with I mean, music's probably the least meritocratic industry, I think. So there's so many people that are like, the most talented rappers, most talented rock stars or country singers, and it seems like they kind of go by the wayside if they don't sell out. Maybe it's changing now with social media, but I think that a lot of the time it's not always the most talented people who make it in the music industry.
Of course not, Brandon. Even Madonna back in the day, she did an interview where she's like, "Listen, I know that I wasn't a good singer. I'm not even a good singer, but she just you get bro. If the machine is behind you, bro, they'll push your ass.
Right?
They'll push your ass. Like you think Taylor Swift knows how to sing? She has a horrible voice. Taylor Swift sucks.
Doesn't make sense.
She sucks. But have you ever seen it? Guess what? And this is a challenge for anybody that claims to be a freaking good singer. Sing the national anthem live. You're a singer?
Yeah.
Sing the national anthem live. She's a good writer. She's a good artist, but you can't sing. Rihanna can't sing. Are you kidding me, bro?
Rihanna can sing.
Have you heard Rihanna sing the national anthem?
Wow.
No, not auto-tuned. Rihanna, have her sing the national... No, she's not a good singer. I'll put money on it. Have her sing the national anthem. I want to hear her live. Have her. You want me to show you a video of this?
It's fine.
The scary thing, though, is that music's hypnotic, where they say that the Beatles were sent to America to destroy the nuclear family, that they found a special frequency.
What was the name of the institute?
It's frequencies.
The Tavistock Institute.
It's all frequency, Brandon.
Yeah, look at the shit. Like women were tackling police to get by them to get a glimpse of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like that's not a normal
and the Beatles,
thing.
like they're loop. Like I didn't
They're
give a
ugly.
damn. They're dorks. But and
they
Brandon,
have good music, but
Brandon, let's be honest. The frequencies, and I want people to understand this. When I wake up in the morning, I listen to 432 hertz or whatever the hell it is. It puts you in a good mood. It's vibration. It's energy. Music can make you want to punch somebody. Music can make you freaking fall in love with somebody. Music can make you cry by the words. It can get you angry to go. I'm telling you right now, there's stuff in there. There's frequencies that you're not even paying attention to that could trigger your ass. And when they know, if you're an artist that can get that, Rob, that emotion out of people because your voice is so beautiful, that system comes after you. They give you the money. They try to do some blackmail shit if they have to. They have to have something on you. You can't be... Sony's not going to hire you. If you're going to get in there, they're going to put you on this pedestal, and then one day you're going to go, F Sony. Sony sucks. So what do they have to do? They have to have something on you, either a sacrifice, not the human, but you have to give something up. Well, we need something from you because we need to be able to control your ass when you get too big.
Yeah, think about what NWA did. You know, it's like fuck the police. You know, talk about selling drugs, talk about fighting people, talk about shooting the police.
Yep.
Like, what do you think that's going to do to a society? Talk
No
about
shit.
how
Go
cool
F the
it
pops.
is. Yeah.
Yep. I believe it's all connected.
All right. Well, unfortunately, that is it for today's episode. We're going to leave off on that note. But it was a good episode. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you have not done so already, can we show the VT Sports? Connor, I'd like you guys to go over, and if you're a fan of sports, you watch sports, you talk sports, you listen to sports, whatever it may be, you sports. I don't care. Wow. VT Sports is the channel for you, hosted by Chris Mano and Danny Cannell. They are live every Monday.
Live every Monday.
Live every Monday.
Live
every Monday. So if you have not already, go follow them, subscribe. That way you can get tuned in and watch episodes of their content on Mondays. Then you have us on Tuesdays. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. And then make sure you go to Brandon Aceto's channel. Yeah. Brandon Aceto has his own channel here. You can follow him. Humberto, what do you want to plug?
My Minect.
Find Humberto on Minect.
Guys, anything about production... You know, YouTube, anything. He's brilliant.
I'm the YouTube doctor.
He's a YouTube doctor. And then, guys, for me, at Vincent Oshana on Instagram and X. And then, guys, VT Comedy just passed. I'm going to look it up right now. Oh, shit. Thanks to everybody. We are at 628,000
Get
subscribers.
out of here.
So if you guys could subscribe to Valuetainment Comedy, I'd appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1 million in
like 2 days,
2 months. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys.
Cool, and I appreciate all you guys for being here, as well as the crew in the back. Malik, we have Jake, we have Julius, and Connor, our producer. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back next Tuesday live at 6 p.m. right here on the Unusual Suspects channel. Until then, take care, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.